Oh, shit.
Body's bullshit blazing, still my heart is blazing. If the word kill me, I don't need a new word under you. Soon you will know, we already know the smell of the game.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Hello and welcome to another spectacular episode of Asobi Gaming Darkest Hour Fighting Chance Edition. Now this is a new version of Darkest Hour that specifically focuses on fighting games. Now normally I'm not very biased against games on the show, but today we've suffered a major loss. A loss that us and the FGC or fighting game community will most likely never forget. And it pains me to have to talk about it today. Today, I sadly have to talk about Street Fighter V. And it's been a long time coming, and I've given this game multiple chances. And I'm not kidding when I say that I gave this game multiple chances. And make no mistake, this video may not be as long as the other episodes because, well, there's not very much to talk about this travesty. So, let's go and start talking some real crap about potentially one of the worst fighting game installments in a franchise of this current millennium. February 16, 2016, Capcom finally released one of the most anticipated fighting games for the new millennium, and, well, let's just say, it released to generally positive reviews. Street Fighter V was a very interesting game at release because it had hardly any content, only 16 characters at launch that were playable, 8 stages I believe, almost no story mode until months later, no arcade mode in an arcade fighting game. The combat and gameplay itself was so bare bones and so average, or casual dare I say, that it was not very fun to play. And then finally, God, I hate we got to this part finally. The netcode. It's the most insulting part about the game. And as a matter of fact, it's the worst part about the game. January 16, 2018. Capcom finally released Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, which, needless to say, was an upgrade over the previous version. For those that didn't buy it previously, you'd get Season 1 and Season 2 characters. Except the downside was they also announced Season 3 was coming out, which meant, yeah, it was kind of a slap in the face. But the improvements finally came out with an arcade mode 2 years later, finally added some improvements to online, even though still new costumes that were unlockable via challenges, which were almost entirely useless and did not look good on that character. And guess what? The gameplay was still crappy, except this time around they added a new V-trigger and some new unique attacks for certain characters. And Capcom, what the hell have you been doing for 2 years? But who wants to hear all that depressing mumbo jumbo? We're finally back to modern day. So, did Capcom finally end up learning from their lessons with Street Fighter V? Oh, shit. They didn't learn their lesson after all. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you saw that perfectly right. Capcom is making a Street Fighter V Champion Edition, which has over 40 characters from over seasons 1 through 3 and part of 4, over 34 stages and 200 plus costumes, which again don't look all that great. And to make matters so much more worse, we have 2 video games that I totally guarantee you never heard of. I mean, these are at the bottom of the barrel, extremely indie. But yeah, Capcom has a lot of competition, especially next year. And judging by how Street Fighter V is doing, this might be the last couple of months we really have some major content for this game. And apparently next February is when it drops, but let's face it, nobody's going to be looking towards Street Fighter V. They're going to be looking towards other fighting games, which it hurts me to say that. Even though Capcom did fail us with this current installment of Street Fighter franchise, I still don't personally blame them all the way. The game was crap, yes, and yes, the game does deserve to go through development hell. This game doesn't deserve a second chance at life, but Capcom, I will give them one final shot. But if they screw this up, I swear to God, I am done with this studio. But hey, at least if Capcom screws up, we get ourselves probably one of the best fighting games of next year.
Soon you will know. We already know the smell of the game.
Ah, that's much better.